How you guys doing? This 514 Mystic from BookieBullies.com, and this is Breaking Down the Books. I had a pretty good weekend. Can I say that? It was an okay weekend, honestly, because Friday Friday didn't have too much of a bad day, you guys saw, and then Saturday came. Saturday was kind of up and down, and yesterday, did any of you lose on Denver yesterday? Anyways, you can leave a comment in the comment section. Just let me know how you guys felt about that Denver loss against Brooklyn yesterday. I actually lost on that. Ended up recovering on the Clippers and the Lakers and a couple unders. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you've probably seen that. But man, I took a hit yesterday on Denver. Ended up recovering it, but man, that sucks. Today, short slate of NHL, relatively short slate of basketball, and obviously it's Monday Night Football. So, gonna get right into it. Starting from the top, we got the Columbus Blue Jackets versus the Washington Capitals. How would you feel if I told you that Columbus is going to beat Washington today? You'd probably tell me I'm crazy. And you'd be right to say so because Washington pretty much been like dominating everybody you put in front of them. Braden Holtby has been kicking butt. He's the one who's going to be at net, and he's going to go up against Corpusalo, who's been mediocre. And honestly, I don't have a play in this game because I really feel Columbus in this game, and I'd be out of my mind to put Columbus paying 290 on your buck. Obviously, you get your buck back and you get a $1.90 profit. Put $100 on that. That's $190. That's almost $200 profit. But if they lose, you lose your $100. You lose your $1,000. However it is, you lose your dollar. Whatever it is that you're investing. I don't like a play in this game outside of maybe the over 6.0. Maybe, but I don't have a play in this game because honestly, it'd be Washington Capitals or not, and Capitals are not paying enough on my buck. They're paying about 43 cents, and they're red hot. They're beating everybody. And honestly, I have a strong lean on Columbus, so I'm gonna stay away from that. Underdogs have not been doing too well for me, and here and there I've been taking some L's because of underdogs on the show. When I go and make my cards, obviously I make sure that I maybe move a little bit smarter with it. But as far as it goes, I really have a strong lean towards Blue Jackets, and I'm probably going to stay away from that. Next game, we got the New York Islanders versus the Tampa Bay Lightning. Tampa Bay coming off of a strong win Saturday night. If you guys seen that, I had Tampa Bay minus 1.5. Big win for them. Also had Florida on Saturday, so that was my two-play parlay. Big win on Saturday. Today, their favorite 1.57 on your buck. This is just at this book. You might be getting it at 1.45 at others. Totals at 6.0. They're playing versus the Islanders. Islanders heavy road dogs. I like the Islanders as dogs today. A little bit more than I like Columbus. Honestly, I don't like Columbus as a team, so that's why I kind of stay away from them. We got Varlamov versus McElhinney. McElhinney 3-2 on the season. Varlamov 9-3-2. I like New York's chances of beating Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay might have figured it out. Maybe 5-1 victory is pretty decisive, but who were they really playing? You know what I mean? They were supposed to win that game. It's probably the first spread that they've covered in a long time. They typically just win by one or lose flat out. They've been having a lot of overtime wins or a lot of overtime losses. Tampa, I'm not convinced. So I like Islanders money line in this one. Moving along, Boston Bruins versus the Ottawa Senators. Boston, they're paying 50 cents on your buck. Senators underdogs at home. Boston, they sometimes they take some L's when they come this way. They come towards the east. They play Ottawa, they play Toronto, then they play Montreal. Now, I didn't check the schedule, but you know what? Here, let's run it down real quick and see how this works out. So they're not doing that. They're not doing the East road trip today. They're only playing Ottawa before they go and see Washington and then Tampa Bay. So this is the first game of their road trip. They got Washington on Wednesday, Tampa Bay on Thursday, and a back-to-back. They better win this game. I got Boston minus 1.5 to beat the brakes off of Ottawa. They should win this game. First game of a road trip, and you're looking to sweep a road trip, but honestly, I don't see a sweep happening here. I mostly see them covering, but I don't see a sweep of the road trip. I think they're gonna lose either to Washington or Tampa before they go home. Maybe they sweep the road trip. Washington, if Washington loses today, then I don't know if they, I don't know how much I like Boston's chances. Patrice seems to still be out, but Boston's still playing pretty well. Ottawa's full of youngins, and I like Boston minus 1.5 here. Next, we got the Calgary Flames versus the Colorado Avalanche. Colorado coming off of a pretty nice win over the weekend themselves. Um, I leaned Colorado over the weekend, and for the life of me, I didn't put them, and I felt like such an asshole when I didn't because they ended up winning, and I didn't win with them. So these things happen. But it is what it is. Calgary 2.20 on your buck. 6.0 is the total in this game. Colorado, honestly, they got a lot of guys who could shoot the puck, and McKinnon's a certified superstar. I mean, he's proven it. You know what I mean? And I like how they look. I like how they're playing. I like how they look. And Calgary hasn't been overly impressive in my opinion. So I like Colorado money line here. I don't know how I feel about a total because Calgary has been trying to pick it up. They're gonna have Frank Coots at net versus Rittich. Rittich 13-7-4, 2.70 goal against average, 9.914 save percentage. Frank Coots, Pavel, he's been playing really well, 7-2, 2.24 goal against average, 93.1 save percentage. So he's been really, really, really good. I like the under in this game. Funny enough, I like the under, and I also like Colorado money line. So those are going to be my picks in the NHL. Going to move along to the NFL. See who got Monday Night Football. And before I do that, I'd like you guys to go ahead and smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe, and obviously hit that notification bell so you guys are posted anytime I post videos like these, if you see what I did there. Anyways, getting into the NFL, we got the New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Philly, 9.5 favorites. As of right now, you might be able to get them at 9.0, maybe even 8.5 certain places. 9.5 favorites, 45.5. Giants haven't seemed to be able to gather up any offense. So I would like the under in this game. But let's say Philly routs them. Giants, they could still probably get a touchdown or two. So if they get 14 and Philly still ends up winning, let's say 24-14, that's dangerously close to your total. It's about 6 points away. Now let's say they win 30-14. Now you're even closer. So it's still not an over. Now that's just if Giants score 14. Are the Eagles gonna score 30 or 34 or whatever the case is? This is the real question. Either way, I like the under in this game. I like defense to prevail, and I like the under in this game. I don't like a double digit spread. To me, 9.5 is pretty much a double digit spread, and I don't like it, so I'm gonna stay away from that. Next, we got the NBA. Starting at the top, we got the Clippers. My God, yesterday ended up winning on the Clippers. Boy, first quarter total 61. If you guys go back and check that box score, it stopped at 60. Nail biter. Thank God I didn't stay. Thank God I didn't stay home and watch that first quarter. I just came home and seen, hey, they hit. Nice. So when I went and checked the box score, I was like, holy crap, that was dangerously close to my 61 total. But anyways, they ended up coming back. Um, they had a very close game with Washington, very competitive. Washington been one of them teams, man. They've been very tough. It's too bad they don't have they're limited talent wise and they have a bunch of injuries, but they've been very tough. That score, they ended up covering that 8.5 spread, but that score does not reflect how the game went down. Today they're playing the Pacers. Pacers 2.0 favorites. Clippers on a back to back. 218's the total. And Pacers are very tough. They're a tough team also, and Clippers are not that good on the road. But Clippers as underdog. I'm not totally against it. It's like 215 to 1. Where I'm looking at it, you might be able to get it 2 to 1. Some books here I see has it at 220, 225 even. So if you could get a pretty good price on the Clippers, I like the Clippers money line. But it's a dangerous play because not only are they on a back to back where Kawhi Leonard might not play because obviously he's on load management for the whole season, but Indiana is actually a really, really, really good team, and they're going to be playing against Paul George, who got traded for like Sabonis and Victor Oladipo to OKC. It's pretty much like a revenge game for them, and they usually, home teams usually play pretty hard when they're playing against a either former teammate or former player of that team. You could hardly call them a teammate now. Pacers are pretty much a new look team, so I honestly like the Clippers in this game. I'm pretty sure Kawhi Leonard is going to be on rest. I'm almost certain. Yeah, he's out on rest. I don't ridiculous. And then Jermichael Green is also going to be out. Patrick Patterson still out with a back injury, but now he's a game time decision, and they're saying he's questionable. As of 2 hours ago, he's questionable. Questionable means he might not play. but they're gonna see how it works out. Probable, if it was probable, I'd like their chance a little more. Anyways, if you could get a good price on the Clippers, I would bank on the 215 or the 220 or anything over that. If it's anything less than that, maybe stay away from it. And also, the 218 seems like it seems like a small amount of points, but Indiana, they're very capable of going over. They're a very capable team of going over. They kind of do that. So beware. Excuse me. You've been warned. Next, we got the Cavaliers versus Boston Celtics. 14.5 favorite are the Celtics. You guys know I'm going to stay away from that. I really don't fancy the Celtics too much. I'd love to bet on the Cavs, but the Cavs just lost by 40 points in their last game. I actually bet against them that game and won, so can't complain. But they give a tough time to opponents. 216 is the total, and you know what? Giving credit where credit is due, Boston do know how to play some defense when the time calls for it. So I like the under 216 in this game. Next, we got the Detroit Pistons versus the New Orleans Pelicans. New Orleans pick 'em. It's 1 point favorite, but in the favor of New Orleans. It's pretty much a pick 'em. 228 is the total. Find it's kind of a lot. Detroit doesn't really have an offensive identity, nor do they have a defensive one. They kind of just streak. If you guys really want numbers, I could get into them real quick. Yeah, let's get into them real quick, just so you guys could have an understanding of what I'm trying to say here. But Detroit is one of those teams, like they're kind of like in the middle of the pack when it comes to totals and stuff like that. Like they don't quite go over, they don't quite go under. They're just kind of there. I can't say that they play to their opponent's strengths, but remember that this is a team that didn't have all the players that they had when the season started. So they're kind of going on the fly, and Dwayne Casey's doing a lot of adjustments as he goes. You got to give him credit too, as far as the coaching goes. So over under Detroit. Detroit is 13 and 10 to the over. So they've gone over 13 out of 23 times. So like I was saying, they're just about in the middle of the pack, but they're at the bottom of the top. If you guys are following what I'm saying. On the other end, you got New Orleans, who are like at the top of the pack. They pretty much go over in every game possible. But now those numbers adjusted themselves after playing a few defensive teams, and they're 11 and 12. So that total might not be that prevalent. So, you know what? Give me the under 228. Let's see if we could get a slow paced game here. Even if New Orleans can score a lot of points, maybe Detroit don't keep up. So give me the under 228. I don't have a winner in this game. Next, we got Orlando Magic versus the Bucks. Bucks 12.5 favorites. They pretty much cover everything. But yeah, the Bucks are strong, man. These guys are tough. Like it's hard to bet against the Bucks. 12.5 favorite, 218 is the total. I don't have a play in this game. Next, we got the Kings versus the Rockets. Rockets 12.5 favorites, 227 is the total. The Kings, they could trade. They could trade with the Rockets. Honestly, they could shoot threes too. They could hit. Um, Rockets, they could shoot. They could hit. 227. It's kind of a lot, but I could see it going over. I could see this game going over, but I really like the under in this game. Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the under in this game. Next, we got the Toronto Raptors versus the Chicago Bulls. Raptors 6.0 favorite on the road. They've lost their last two, unfortunately. Since Kyle Lowry came back, I don't think they have a W yet. I might be wrong. But anyways, their record since he came back, it's either 0 and 3 or 1 and 2. So whatever it is, it's not good since he came back. They're gonna need their first victory. Yesterday they had a pretty good game against Philly. They had a nasty comeback. They were down about 30 points and they came back to lose by 8 points. So maybe it was just a bench thing. After you winning by like 20, 30 points, you bench your play, you bench your starters, and then you kind of just let the other guys do what they have to do. People who just never played the game in their lives. They get, the 15th guy on the roster, he gets to get a start, and his family gets to see him because, you guys are winning by 30, and then you ultimately end up winning by like 6 points. But I like the Raptors to win in this game in a back-to-back versus Chicago. Chicago's not that strong, and they recently played themselves, so I like that pick. Next, we got the Timberwolves versus Phoenix. Timberwolves just came off a loss to the Lakers yesterday, where they allowed 150 points. Anthony Davis went off for 50. 234 is the total here. 3.5. You basically have Cat versus Devin Booker, two guys who, if I'm not mistaken, they played again. They played together. If I'm not mistaken, in Kentucky. I might be wrong. I'm not really a college guy, which is why I don't break down college. But I might. I think they might have both played against one another, or sorry, together on the same team. 3.5 favorite are the Phoenix Suns, and honestly, I like the Timberwolves in this spot. Both Andrew Wiggins and Cat played yesterday, and I don't know. Like yeah, it's a back to back and all, but 234 is the total. Maybe I'll just put the over. I lean Timberwolves money line, but I'd hate to bet against the Suns. I actually like the Suns. I'm a big fan, so I'd hate to bet against them. 234 is total, and I'll go over in this game. Next, OKC versus the Jazz. 207.5 is the total. 9.0 favorite is the Jazz. OKC just played yesterday, so they're on a back to back. I don't think the Jazz cover such a big spread. I don't. When's the last time the Jazz even won a game? Give me OKC plus 9. You know they're coming off of a big win. They're in the playoffs conversation. I think they're seventh in the standings in the West right now. So I don't think they're planning on just taking L's and going down the list or anything like that. So I like OKC to cover this spread like 9.0. The Jazz haven't done anything yet. So, anyways, 207.5, I'm going to leave it right where it is and not touch it. Next, we got Memphis versus Golden State. I believe Ja Morant, the rookie, is still out. Golden State's a favorite by 2.5. They really shouldn't be. They should never be favorite. If they weren't favorite, I would bet on them. Since they are favorite, I don't like them. Let's see how they do as favorites. Just before we get the hell out of here and I leave you guys to go and do whatever it is you do, I try to keep these. Honestly, I'm doing my best to try to keep these videos short because I I understand that the 2019 going on 2020 and people's attention spans are very low, so I'm not trying to take all your time and make you sit down here for 30 minutes listening to me talk. So, just giving you guys my picks. And as favorite, Golden State, if they've ever been favorite, will know. Golden State as favorite 0 and 1. So, they've only been favored once and they didn't win. I think that was opening night when they were favored 5.5. And we bet against them because what else are you supposed to do? They're supposed to suck this season. But no playing that game. So I'm gonna give you guys the Bookie Bullies rundown. And before we do that, I'd like you guys to go ahead and smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell in that corner over here, so you'd be able to, be advised anytime I post videos like these. So starting from the top, I'm gonna give you guys the Bookie Bullies rundown, starting with the NHL. Islanders money line. Boston Bruins minus 1.5, under 6.0 in the Calgary versus Colorado game. Colorado money line under 45 in the only Monday Night Football game. Going to the NBA, we got the Clippers money line under 260. Clippers money line, excuse me, Clippers money line only if it's paying 215 or more. If it's paying anything less than that, I don't like the Clippers. There's no Kawhi Leonard. Be advised. Give you the under 216 in the Cavaliers versus Boston, under 228 in Detroit versus Pelicans, under 227 Sacramento versus Houston. The Toronto Raptors minus 6.0. The over 233 Timberwolves versus Phoenix, and OKC plus 9. That's 12 plays. They'll be posted on my Twitter. I haven't been using my Twitter to post plays too often, but they'll be posted on my Twitter today. And that's pretty much it for me. So, like I tell you all the time, please don't bet what you can't afford to lose. Best of luck to all. Be safe, be good, and I'll see you again tomorrow.